Hey everyone, it's Cygnus, and welcome back to another episode of All the Magic. So in the last episode, we built the windmill, and in between episodes, I went ahead and, well, made it a bit taller, because it was a little stubby. So I increased its height, and cleaned it up a little bit, decorated some. I have the core mechanisms that I needed to get up and going already up here, so I have this, and this, and if you're wondering how I have these spinning so fast, it's because of a very simple setup that lets you multiply the speed of gears. So just a little back and forth like this. There's probably a more compact way to do it. I don't really care to do it in any specific way. I haven't fixed that. And I also haven't fixed the ladder. When I was installing those, there is a balcony. You can't get up there right now. No particular reason. And down here we have, this is a mechanical press and depot. This allows you to make flat ingots, which was used to make the mechanical mixer, which grinds things up in a basin, which we'll get to later, and the millstone, which is the actual mill of this whole thing. Now, expansions of this will be made and additional steps will be taken, but for now, that's really all we need set up. Now, as I said, over here, we've expanded our farm just a little bit and organized it, and we have some more plants growing, which has let us make more stuffed aubergine, which is just a very good and reliable food source. But we have like potatoes, onions, cabbage, a bunch of things for witchery potions, our demon dream over there, and then we have tomatoes, our aubergines, and of course our wheat. And we also have water artichoke on each of these. And I've set up a little composting system right here. You can just put that through and it comes out as bone meal at the end. And then over here we have the actual water mill that we're using. So this will basically power some systems that we have going on underground and may power some things out here if we need it to. We have a gearbox set up here and the start of a gear chain, and the water wheel is pretty long and set up with a lot of water, so it should work pretty well. Go ahead and go on in here. So I've set up an area we're going to put a nether portal. Down here, there's some work we're going to do. We'll get to that later. And I did make some expansions to this, and I got a lot of source gems, and I made all of the mage blooms. It took me a really long time, and we filled up these jars so many times, but we have now very little source gems compared to what we had, but we have a lot of mage bloom. And unfortunately, the time it took did mean that our little spirit guy who was here, Zereerd, has broken apart. Now, because he's broken down and he's not here, I don't want to summon another one just yet. I want to get into a better summon later. But until then, I do still want to get into some ore doubling that is a little more accessible late game. And to do that, there's going to be some stuff going on down here. But we're going to be using Create. Now, in Create, if we want to automate pretty much anything, we're going to at some point need a mechanical crafter. The mechanical crafter allows you to set up large crafting recipes, such as for Create, I'm not sure what it's called, we have the crushing wheel, which is made with the mechanical crafter, just needs 21 of them, and then everything gets merged into the middle to make the crushing wheel. Now, to make the mechanical crafter, we actually need polished rose quartz, which is made from rose quartz, which is made from nether quartz surrounded by redstone, or nether quartz and redstone thrown into an automated mill. Either way, we get rose quartz, then we sand that, and then we get polished rose quartz. And with that, we can actually start making the crafting. But as you can probably guess, if we want polished rose quartz or rose quartz in general, we are going to need to go to the nether, which is why I built this portal, and I haven't gone in yet. So we're going to do that now. Just going to keep this out just in case. Okay. And this isn't too bad. except for those guys. Don't like hostile pigment or piglin. Nether bristle. Let's see if we can find ourselves some nether quartz. That's really what we want. Oh, I don't know if this mod has anything dangerous on, or if this mod pack has anything dangerous on the ceilings. A lot of mods do, and I hope this one doesn't. Looks like we have a, I think that's a, what is it called? I'm blanking on the name. Bastion, that's what it's called. Yeah, so we have a bastion there, which is neat. Let's get ourselves some nether quartz and blazing quartz. That's neat. We'll take that. And let's just keep looking around. We'll find some stuff. And if we see a fortress, we'll just keep that in mind because we'll be coming back later. Okay, let's come down here. Don't want to make anyone mad. Thought I just heard one of those loud flying things. There is a mod that brings in a bunch of additional mobs, and some of those mobs in the Nether are absolutely horrible. One of them being a giant mosquito, and it is the worst thing ever. So hopefully that's not hanging out around here. Let's get a bit more nether quartz. We have 10. We're gonna need a lot more nether quartz. Oh man, there is not a lot going on here. And I don't want to venture too far just because I'm not too familiar with the Nether and we're not super well armed to be going around. Now those guys look like they'd be hostile. They're actually not. To my knowledge, they're pretty passive overall. Let's actually carefully approach just in case they're not. Are you passive? Yeah. Okay. Let's look over here. Hello, buddy. And we can take a bit of this so we can pile up. Now, I don't know why I have the water bucket. It's not too useful. But, you know, I had it on me and I just didn't unhave it on me. Let's see, is there any more? Got 64 and 13. So that is technically enough for what we want to do, but never hurts to have more. So let's actually also get this glowstone. Yeah. Okay, that's not going to work. There we go. And glowstone. Amazing. Weeping roots. Neat. Okay, so it keeps going up that way. Take that. And we'll hop ourselves over here and not fall to our death. Okay. Let's get some more glowstone. Just a little bit more. We don't need a whole lot. And what is this? Wither bee nest. That's neat. Oh. Oh my. Eat my aubergine and be scared of that noise. Is there a dragon? What the? It's the lava down there. I have no idea what that noise is. It's horrifying. Let's try and look. Not seeing anything. Well, that's just absolutely horrifying. Not knowing what that is, just knowing that it's loud. Okay, let's not take too many more risks and let's go ahead and get out of here with our nether quartz. So we have what we came for. We have actually more than what we came for because we also got the glowstone, which is just a nice little convenient feature or convenient bonus. So let's get to our portal. It's right over here and head on out of here. Hopefully no one interrupts us or interferes. And there we go. So we are back. And I actually think, how do I, whatever. Okay. So now we have our nether quartz and a surplus of glowstone. So let's go ahead and put away the glowstone, put the blazing what's it called? Blazing quartz in there. And we'll grab our redstone, convert it back into redstone dust. Let's start making quartz. So we're making rose quartz. Okay, so we can make a very good amount. Okay, we got 31 and now we're out of redstone. That's not good. Fortunately, it's not too hard to get more. So now we need sandpaper. Think just right there. Need paper, not too hard to get. And sand. What a shocker. Okay, so for the paper, I think we have sugarcane. I'll need to start growing more, so we'll save one. And let's go grab that sand. We have our fantastic 2 shovels. Actually, we'll sleep first and then grab the sand because dying is not fun. Okay, not that I would actually die. I mean, I have a shield, good swords. It's not like there's going to be something out here like obscenely powerful. But, well, I'm cautious. Either that or I'm a coward. I'm not sure which. Either or, I'm alive. And that's what matters. Let's come over here and steal all this sand with the power of vein mining. There we go. This looks hideous, but I don't have to look at it because it's not in my immediate base vicinity. Grab some more sand. I just always need sand. And I'm going to need a lot more of it. At least pretty soon. So let's get over here and make us up to sandpaper, and then we can start grinding down the rose quartz, which is a really interesting way to do it. I've never seen it done in this particular way. So I think we don't need a lot of it. I think it's just a sort of one and done thing. We hold this in one hand, hold this in the other, and we just hold right click, and we're gonna start grinding it down into pink diamonds, or the smooth rose quartz, I believe it's called. This will just take a few minutes, so I'm gonna skip through. Okay, and we have all of our polished quartz, so now we can start making the actual mechanical crafter. So it just needs that and redstone torches, of course. So we can actually just take this time to go and get more redstone. So I'm going to make another diamond pickaxe because I'm about to lose that one. We'll get more diamonds. I'm not in too much of a rush. We do need diamonds sometime soon, but like nothing's gonna go horribly wrong if I don't get it in the next hour or two. So let's go ahead and run down into the underground, and I actually have a few things to show you down here because it turns out what I thought was rare is apparently no longer very rare. So we'll come into here, and of course we have this. Like we know about that. We also have that one right here. Yep. And then if we follow this around here, little area back here, haven't cleaned it up. Hello, terrible, terrible person. That was weird. Why is everything sparkly? Is that like AoE harm? Well, anyways, moving on. And we also have one right there, a big thing right here. I think there's another one down there, I can't remember. But we are not in shortage of Tetra structures. Not in the slightest. I thought maybe they would be a little more rare than they are. At least in other mod packs, they have definitely not been this common. So this is very strange. But we're gonna go find some redstone and get that, and then head back up and start making our mechanical crafters. Should only take me a few minutes, so I'll probably skip this part. Alright, and we found our redstone just as we needed, and we're gonna head on back. So I got a stack and almost a second stack. It's not a whole lot, but we don't need a whole lot. Honestly, we just need 21, I think. So let's go ahead and head inside and start crafting this stuff up. This will just take a few minutes, so let's go ahead and get into this process. So first, to make this, I'm going to need a lot more sticks. And I'm also going to need our iron, especially in the form of nuggets. So let's make a bunch of nuggets and get started. Going to need a good amount of these. Just make 22. That's fine. Don't want to use it all. And we'll make those. And now we need brass casing. So brass is, I believe, made of crushed copper and crushed zinc. So we will need to throw that in a milling station. So we have copper, we have zinc. Let's go and do that. Now this process will be slow, so show you what we're doing and then we'll skip ahead to the next part. All right, so we are at the mill. We'll go ahead and throw in that. And since I have it on a pretty high speed, it should grind through it real quick. So we'll be back in just a minute once we've got the copper ground down and the zinc, and then we'll move over here to start prepping it into making brass. All right, so we have our crushed copper ore and zinc. So the next step is we're going to need to throw both of those in here, but those will need a heat source because this will unfortunately, however, need a heat source, as you can't just make brass without heating it up. Now, what kind of heat source do you ask? Well, we're going to heat it with a blaze. Now, I know we just came back from the nether, but we are going to have to go back in to go and grab ourselves a blaze. Now, this shouldn't take... Oh, whoopsies. Now, this shouldn't take us too long, but we do have to go and find the blaze, so this is going to be a little risky, at least for my taste. So we'll drop everything off in here and bring only what we need, because we don't want our inventory filled with random stuff. That's I don't know where these enchanting books are coming from, but I'm finding them, I guess. I think just from killing things? Either or. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and throw things away. Just be a moment while I clean my inventory out. Alright, we've got our inventory cleaned out, and we can go ahead and get on our way. I'm going to throw this in my weaponry section. And let's head back into the nether and find ourselves a blaze. That's going to be the hard part. Now, blazes always spawn in fortresses, so that makes them pretty reliable. The problem is finding the fortress. So we're going to have to look around for a bit until we find that, and hopefully not get attacked by anything in the meantime. So let's go and find ourselves a fortress. Okay, so I haven't found a fortress, but what I did find is something that looks a little familiar. So in other mod packs, I've seen something that looks just like that, that also happens to spawn blazes in very large quantities. So we're going to see if that's the same thing. And as you can tell, I've been using my patented super safe bridge building technique, where absolutely nothing can get me and there is absolutely no possible risk of anything bad happening. I promise. Except for... oh, yeah, there we go. So, they've started spawning. You gotta get them over here, so let's... oh, he thinks he's clever. We just need to capture one. Oh! Well, that's not very nice of him. They don't really attack you if they can't see your head. So we just need to get one of them over here, or pillar to them. Oh. Nope, nope. Ah, still out of range. I'm very focused on not getting incinerated. So let's... come on. Oh. Glad I'm not using wood. Be unfortunate. It just all started falling. How weird of them. Come on, come back up. Don't be shy. When can I reach you? Oh. Up. Oh, that's not good. We have to go back and make a new one. Okay, I'll be right back with a new one. We're back, and we're immediately being attacked by a ghast. This is fine. Just shoot at me one more time so I can throw it back at you. Come on. Need an aubergine. Come on, buddy. No, you want to. Hello. Are you really going to be like this? I want to shoot you every time except when you want them to. Yeah, like that. Thank you. I am really bad at that, I guess. Earlier. Okay. Hey, buddy, come on. Need to get this over with. Oh my god. Okay. Buddy. Whenever you're ready. I don't think he's going to be ready. This is annoying. Okay, let's get our blaze and leave. We have what we need. Come on, blazes. Really? That was too far. And the blazes are spawning. Oh, that took out part of my mushroom. That's not good. This is irksome. Let's just do this. Oh. Thought they were sneaking up on me. No, they're just dropping. There we go. Have them shoot. Keep crawling. There we go. And we caught him. That's all we needed to do. Let's get out of here. Okay. Now where's my portal again? Put a waypoint there because I spent a considerable amount of time trying to find my way back and ended up having to make a portal and ended up somewhere in the middle of nowhere. It's not good. Let's go home, and we have the blaze burner so we can actually melt this stuff up, get some brass, and then make our mechanical crafters. We have everything we need, so let's go do that. All right, and here we are, and we have our blaze burner. We're going to set this in underneath it, just like that. Now this is going to be heated, and to power him, we just have to feed him really just whatever we want. They're not too picky, just as long as it burns. I think they particularly like a specific item, but let's go ahead and see if we can get some coal. Patch up that hole so it doesn't look so bad. And start feeding that blaze to get it hot, and then make ourselves the automated crafters. All right, and now we can start feeding it. I went ahead and grabbed everything we'll need to do this, and I believe, yep, we just do that. And then we can throw in the 2 ores we need, and that's going to start spinning it, grinding it, and it's going to make us a whole bunch of brass, so we'll skip to when we have the brass in our hand, because this will take a little bit. All right, and we have our crushed brass, and now we just need to, I believe, let's see, I think we just need to smelt it. Yeah, so we can go and smelt that real quick, and then we will be able to make the automatic crafter. After all of this work, we're finally going to be able to make it. We're the mechanical crafter. And then we're going to be able to get into the next steps of this process. And believe me, this is where stuff starts to get really interesting really quick. So I will be right back, and when this is all smelted up, we'll make our mechanical crafters. All right, let's go ahead and get crafting. We have our brass, and we can start crafting what we need as soon as we crush the sheets. So I went ahead and skipped to the part where we're crushing the brass plates to get into crafting the brass casings. So this will just take a little bit, and you can see it's actually pretty satisfying to watch, as you just get all of them broken down into little bits. And there we go, that's our 26 brass sheets. Now we can make these. We'll just make as many of those as we can, and 27 of those, and there we go. We just got a lot of quest achievements, so let's go check those out. Those are all going to be in Create. So we got polished rose quartz, gave us a sandpaper, how nice. Chromatic compound, we'll get into that later. All of this got done, and we are officially in the brass age. So we can start doing automation if we really want to, but more importantly, we can go set up this mechanical crafter and soon make our ore crusher, or just a crusher really. And with the crusher, we'll be able to start doubling ores a lot more efficiently than however what's his name was doing. So let's go ahead and put this together. Okay, and that's the shape we need right now. There's more shapes we'll need, and I'll clean this place up after I'm done recording today. But this is what we need. So it's all shaped out, and if we go to the crusher, actually, what is it called? Is it a grinder? No. Create crushing wheel. So we'll just need to set up the andesite alloys. We'll need some kind of rock in the middle and wood. So let's go grab the andesite alloy, and I'll show you how this is made real quick. It's actually pretty simple. It can be a little confusing though if you've never built with it before. So we already have our wrench. I think our andesite is up here. Yeah, so we got this up here. We'll take the stone, actually the marble for now. Let's go ahead and set this up. So we will want first to turn this off. We don't want it spinning while it's going. And we can start making the crushing wheel. So pretty simple shape. So let's and get all that in. And then it's going to need the wood and the marble. Put the marble in the middle and the wood. And now we have to rotate everything. So it's going to go into the middle. So we're just going to spin everything so it eventually goes into the middle. And you want to look at the motion of each of these little compounds. So you'll see it's pointing that way. So we want everything to be going into there. All right, so that actually started it, and there we go. Now everything's going to start merging together into one big crafting recipe, and should make 2 of the wheels once it gets back to the middle. Or it'll just do a bit of that for a second. Okay, so I figured out what was going wrong with it. I misread something, so we'll go ahead and start this thing back up again. Oh, that's already wrong. Should just take us a second. Throw those in. Get all of these in. There we go. So that's a valid crafting recipe. It's going to pull everything together. Everything is going to zoom into the middle. And it has to output over to a chest. Or some kind of single direction output. There we go. And everything's right there. Now we have our 2 crushing wheels. Now these crushing wheels will be used to make ore dust, which can be used to essentially just double our ore output. But we will do that in the next video. We got a lot done today, but there's obviously a lot more that we need to do, but there's no rush to get any of that done. So we'll take care of the rest of this process in the next video, and I hope all of you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like the video, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. But anyways, until next time, bye-bye.